Today, we're going to start a fire, but we're going to do it with a special tool that a few people know about, but not enough people know about. There's this cool new tool called fire laces. They're paracord shoelaces that actually have fire starters built in, so we're going to check that out here in a minute. These are my wife's hiking boots. Backpacking boots, actually. They're backpacking boots. We've taken them on so many trips. She's worn them to Yosemite National Park. We did a 4-day, 3-night backpacking trip where we climbed to the top of Half Dome at the end of it, which was an amazing adventure. We've taken them on 2-night, 3-day overnighter to Glacier National Park, which is currently my #1 favorite national park. She's taken these and worn these all around Yellowstone National Park. These have been worn, and she loves them because they don't hurt her feet. She's broken them in, but the laces are getting a little bit ratty and old. Okay, they're still functional, but today we're going to do an upgrade to these laces. We're going to make them better, make them ready for a survival scenario with the Survival Frog survival laces. So let's open this package up. Yeah, such a crinkly package. So, okay, don't need that. Here's a little card, Survival Frog fire laces. And what's really cool about these fire laces is not only are they a great upgrade to any boot or shoe, but you can get these for free. Okay, now you have to chip in a little shipping and handling with that free, but not like $10. We're talking like under $4 last time I looked. So as you're looking at this, we have in the description a link you can click that will take you to this deal, and you can check out the price and see how good it is. It's really, really good. And you can buy multiple, and if you buy multiple, you get some freebies thrown in as well. Make sure if you're interested in this, check out the deal. You should. I mean, it's a couple bucks, really. Seriously, it's a really good deal. Let's lace these up. Get rid of these old ones, lace these up, and then we'll try and start a fire and show you how these work. Okay. So first, let's unlace these guys. What's gonna be cool is I'm gonna put these on and then I'm gonna see if she even notices. She probably won't. But then I'll show her how to use them. So if we ever get separated for some reason, we're out in the wilderness, or on a hike or whatever, she's stuck in the wild, or something happens to me, maybe I get mauled by a bear and she has to survive the night by herself, she could start a fire. So she has the tools she needs. Now, obviously, I wouldn't rely on a ferro rod as my only source of fire, right? I think you should have a lighter, and you should have some matches, waterproof matches. So you should have at least 3 ways to start a fire anytime you go out into the wilderness, either to go hunting or fishing and you're out there. But you might as well have a ferro rod on your boot laces. I can't think of a reason where that doesn't make sense. Put it that way. Okay, we're not going to do both boots right now. We'll do that after the video. For now, we got one boot. It's ready to be relaced. So let's take this. And this is 550 paracord, okay? It's tough stuff. So, and that's nice too. That's a survival tool in its own right. We have an article on our site that talks about all the different ways for survival you can use paracord, okay? So there's a lot of uses for paracord, and I always carry a survival paracord bracelet on my wrist, just so I have a bunch of paracord with me at all times. But I never turn down another chance to add paracord to my packs. Before I lace these up, they provide these small little razor blades. The reason I say razor blades is because they are sharp. So right there, you can see it easily scraping up the thumbnail as proof of that this is a knife. And what's cool about this is, it doesn't replace a survival knife. It doesn't replace your favorite, pocket knife or neck knife or whatever. You want to have multiple tools just in case you forgot one, or one breaks or gets stolen or whatnot. You could use this to shave off and create some tinder or some kindling. You're not really going to do much with it as far as self-defense. You might give somebody a paper cut. But if you need to skin a rabbit, because you caught a rabbit or a squirrel or something of that nature, boom, you got something little that's razor blade like. So Anyway, this is there to strike your ferro rod, create some sparks. So we'll do that here in a minute. Let's get these laced up first. So if you're this far into the video and you like what you see so far with Skilled Survival and our gear reviews and all that, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button right now for all the future videos we're going to talk about. You know, we talk about all kinds of gear. We've talked about solar power banks. We've talked about bug out bags. We've talked about all kinds of stuff. So check out our past videos for sure, but you don't want to miss a video going forward. So hit that big red subscribe button right now. That's it. The boot is laced. Done and done. So I would do the other one after the video so that both of them will be ready to go. Now, paracord. That's a survival tool. Little razor blade / knife / fire starter. It's a survival tool. And then you have ferro rod for starting fires. So these fire laces are more than just one piece of tool. This is a nice survival add, and it's replacing something. It's not extra gear you have to take. You need boot laces, so you might as well have survival ones that actually have survival uses, as opposed to, you know, your regular old shoe boot laces that, you know, look at the ends of that. There's nothing there. It's just plastic. And it's ratted and tatted and torn. You know, you have some cord, you could call this cord, but it's not paracord, okay? And there's no fire strikers and there's no knife or anything like that. So this is an easy upgrade, and like I said, it's free. Just pay just a tiny shipping and handling. Last time I looked, it was under $4. It's $3.95. It's hard to beat that. You won't find that anywhere else online. And if you buy multiple, if you buy a couple of these sets, because you're like, hey, I want them for my boots, I want them for my wife's boots, I want them for my dad's boots, whatever, you know, you get a deal on that, right? Go down below in the description and click the link. There's Survival Frog products. It's the only place you're going to get that deal is with Survival Frog, okay? All right. So we should start a fire. Okay. I grabbed a little bit of dry tinder in my backyard. We're going to see if we can get this thing lit. Just take the boot, and instead of taking this out, normally if I was going to start a fire with these laces, I'd have to unlace this whole thing and get this thing out of here. So it's cool that it's carried on the tip of your boots, so it's always with you, but then to be able to use it, you'd have to take all the laces out, and I'll be honest, I don't want to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the second one for the second set of boots that is not yet installed and use that. So undo these laces here, get you a little slack, take the tip cover off. You know, this is protecting the ferro rod. Hear that? My microphone's up there. The first thing you need to do is, a lot of people don't know this, but on a ferro rod, they coat them with a special coating. And so the way to get this started is first you have to scrape this black stuff off. Once we start getting all that coating off, you can start thinking about making some sparks. There we go. Now we got some sparks flying. Okay. So I'll be honest, this thing's hard to hold with my thumb. It's starting to hurt. Like, I'm working with tiny little survival tools, okay? So it's less than ideal, okay? So it's hurting this finger to hold while I try and scrape and create sparks. Which, even when I do, it's just gonna be very difficult to start a fire like that, okay? So this is not my favorite fire starting piece of gear. So I want to show you something, a little trick I learned. This little thing is another little piece of scraper type gear. It comes with my survival bracelet, and that's for using this ferro rod, right? So a lot of people, they'll take this out and they'll try to scrape with it, you know, and same issue. Tiny little, it's hard to get the leverage that you need to be able to scrape and get that spark going. So what I like to do So I like to put this tool back into the plastic clip here, and now I have a much stronger grip on it. Okay, so we'll see if that helps. See if we can get a few more sparks going. There we go. Here we go. Got it lit. Sweet. So it takes a while, it takes some patience, but eventually with persistence, even with a ferro rod, and a lot of practice. So I can't say that enough. You need to practice. So I'm gonna put this out, or else my smoke alarms will start going off. But there you go. You can get a fire started with these guys. Like I said, you need to practice, and ideally, you'd have your survival knife maybe. Get a better grip on that. Just really can get those sparks going. But we got it lit, and that's what's important. So that's why you need to pick these up. It could save your life. You get a fire started in a desperate situation when you need it, and you always have it with you, no matter what. You don't look in your pack in emergency and go, oh, I forgot it at home. How did I do that? No, it's always a part of your gear. It's part of your boots. It's part of your shoes, and wherever you want to take it. It could be a part of your everyday carry. So that's why I recommend you make this upgrade. It doesn't cost you much at all. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're interested in building a bug out bag, we have a free resource in the description below to get our 104 item bug out bag checklist. And you need to have that because as you're building your bug out bag, you want to make sure you didn't miss anything, okay? All these items. Now, you don't have to take every item we have on this list, but it makes sure you don't miss something. Make sure that you don't forget something. In that checklist, we actually recommend specific products that we think are the best in each category. So make sure you pick it up. It's a free resource, and make sure you're subscribed, and we'll talk to you real soon, all right? Look forward to the next review. Out.